So one of the most like exciting and exhilarating things about building adapting creativity and adaptation creations is that, well, the more I put into it, the more persistent I am with the projects and getting clients and building the brand, the more interesting projects I encounter, which is slowly becoming like more just awareness, bigger projects like this. Well, what I'm about to talk about in this video, which is a child's 3rd birthday party and music video filming. So yeah, not just individual portraits, but it's growing. So it's not just the different projects that I'm getting into and that they're just like seamlessly coming to me. That's not how this works. The reason why this is working the way it is because I have developed a sense of, well, different aesthetics and different kinds of approaches to these different types of filmmaking. A child's first birthday versus a rapper's music video. Those are two completely different projects, but it works because of the approach that I'm taking to the edits and cinematography and things.
5, 6, 7, 8. Life is like a movie. Stanley Kubrick moving Super 8. Life's too good.
Some of them are handhelds with just me behind the camera, and some of them have a tripod under it. Tripod. So I guess like the most consistent thing that is happening so far is the music videos, which is with Brandon of Japan on SoundCloud, filmed at a old school that he went to, I think, or just an open playground or park or something of that sort. I'm pretty sure it's a playground. And the other part of it was in his bedroom, and totally different scenery, but he's a really big fan of film and he wants to play into storytelling. So that's where that comes from. But this is the point. This time around, I used mostly tripod shots for a lot of this, because I needed stabilization for this kind of cinematography. Like this scene where he was walking on top of the structure and I was beneath him and getting him from, the bottom up, and it just looks sick, but it wouldn't look as like smooth as it did if I didn't use something to stabilize it. Huge distinction, because in the first ever music video that we filmed, it was all handheld shots. So this in itself is a perfect example of what this brand is for me and how I want to build it and like how I want people to feel when they work with me, which is that whether you want one type of aesthetic or the other, we're going to be able to achieve that some way or another. I think I'm overexposed, and if I was, and I'm sorry. Is that better? That is like the great part about my brand and the name of it and how I can offer something to people that others can't. But that's also a perfect example of how to build your brand in the first place and how to get the attention that it needs, because you're competing against a bunch of other people. So like, how do you stand out? What can you offer that someone else can't? And this is a great approach to that. Doing new work that is elevating to your brand and your skill set. Because when you are uncomfortable and trying something different or new, that's always a growth factor. Growing is never a bad thing. It leads to new opportunities, new aesthetics, new styles, new projects, everything. Which is where this one with Saul's and Cassandra's son Aiden came in, and it was his 3rd birthday party, like I said, and they wanted me to document it and take photos and record, and I pretty much did that for like 2 to 3 hours that I was there, and I got a bunch of footage. It came out really beautiful, but when I first tried this, I had no idea what the story was going to be. I had footage, but I didn't have a storyline, so I kind of just imported the footage into Premiere Pro, started editing it, mixed around some footage here and there, and thought about this nostalgic way of telling the story, because he's growing up, and one of the best things about filmmaking, and why I kind of started it in the first place, the feeling of nostalgia, the feeling of looking back on fond memories. I wanted to depict that in this film, and I think I achieved that. Shots that I got in opening presents and the happy birthday song and the music, it just kind of all fit together in the end, and I'm really proud of it, and it's kind of another epitome. So yeah, you can see those two topics in themselves are very different. But I want to know from you guys, like, if you guys are trying freelance work or even just creative projects, what is the most diverse that you've gotten so far, and what has it taught you? You never know what your demographic can grow to if you don't try different things. Like, you can have your designated kind of cinematography in the way that you compose things and whatnot and all that jargon that is with camera work, but you can also change it up and stick to an aesthetic that is unique to you but also achieves the aesthetic of somebody else, if that makes any sense. So that's like the most 2 recent projects that I've done that are like big video projects for like my consistent clients, I guess you could say. I really hope to keep up the diversity. It's really fun, and I really don't want to continue doing the same thing for that long. So that's always a good thing, I guess, for myself anyways. I have something coming up soon again with Brandon, and he wants to film at this place called White Sands that is a national park. It just became a national park, I guess. I'm not really sure. I think I read something about that. I don't know what else is going to happen besides maybe a potential wedding and I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. What kinds of things are you working on for 2020, if anything? Alright, I hope you guys have a great day. If anything in this video stood out to you, comment down below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.